It's like everything that's supposed to make this node difficult is actually not happening, and it's actually making it easier. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, we've got a great one for you. More She-Hulk. This champion is growing on me more and more, and I'm seeing why so many people think she is absolutely amazing. But we do also have two clairvoyant fights. We're going to start off with this first one. Steady build-up Fury, long-distance relationship. This is a nice kind of warm-up fight. It is going to be against a rank 3 Captain Marvel movie. And, you know, clairvoyant's going to handle this pretty well. I had specifically brought her in because, you know, the way we're working the wars are some shared fights, and I thought I was going to be needing her for one of them. I ended up not, and so I probably would have brought in Doom, but you know what? She worked out excellently, and we're going to get to show her in a very cool fight later here in the video. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But anyway, so we're just going to be going in here. I worked into the, I believe it's called the Hellfire stage. And I'm going to be throwing the SP2. This Captain Marvel movie did have suicides on, so it was a rank 3. Just means she's going to be hitting a little bit harder. So, you know, I wanted to have that SP1 evade down, which we got. The reparry there, learning that skill was extremely helpful. And we've got the indestructible off. So really nothing too crazy. I saw that I was healing a little bit from the weaknesses, but I did still move into the blood phase there and through the SP2. Thought I would heal up, but it looks like I was already at 100%. So really not a big deal. Now we're going to be moving into this fight that got me probably the most excited. I was most excited to make this work. All right, so now we're moving into kind of the highlight fight, at least what I thought was one of the coolest ones, because it was going to be difficult for my BG to handle. I saw who some folks had joined with, and I saw my path, and I thought, She-Hulk with Mr. Fantastic, we're gonna get this done. So I've applied the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights here, right? The suppression field and the petrification ray. The really important part is, yeah, it's nice to cut the defender's combat power rate by 25%. She-Hulk's gonna be doing that on her own because this is the 5-star with the SIG 200. She's gonna be doing that against Mystics anyway, so that's gonna be nicely added on there. And then reduce the effectiveness of the defender's regeneration and power gain effect by 40%. That's gonna be really important, okay? Keep that in mind as we go through this. Also keep in mind too, I know I did the video on 5-stars and how valuable they still can be, even for a massive account, because you have different content you're working through, and SIG ability can be very important. There's another fantastic example of that. All right, so we're gonna continue to work our way through this node, because there's a lot going on here. We have power snack here too. So every 7 seconds, the next buff triggered by the attacker is immediately nullified. Watch what happens. We're gonna slow it down and take a look at this. This is very cool, because the defender's supposed to gain 50% of a bar of power, right? Then we've got the backup recovery. So when brought below 50%, the defender gains a burst of 30% power. All right, very cool. Let's jump into this. Watch how this works out. I am going to be using the heavy to refresh the slow over and over. It's not so much about that as much as I want to be refreshing the pre-fights from Mr. Fantastic. It took me about, I don't know, 3 hits to realize, okay, we're doing plenty of damage. I'm really not worried about this. He's getting a little bit of willpower healing, but time-wise, if I have to heavy over and over, it is no big deal. And then I'm gonna start throwing the SP2, which is gonna apply a Petrify. Well, to reduce Man-Thing's regeneration and power gain rate by a flat 150%, we're gonna slow it down here. I'm gonna land my SP2, and then watch this. So we're gonna land the SP2. We've now doubled up that Petrify here. There are varying levels, and then look at what happened to his power bar when I was supposed to be triggering dexterity. It actually goes down, and you're going to see that happen throughout this fight. It's awesome. It's so much fun. At that point, I was like, oh my God, this fight is going to be even more simple than I had realized. I thought it was going to work out quite well. I had never tested this before, and it's just going to be a bunch of rinse and repeat. Watch Man-Thing's power bar and watch how there's just these huge jumps down. He's losing power frequently. I'm going to continue to knock him down to refresh the pre-fights from Mr. Fantastic there. I'm not even worried about how hard or not hard She-Hulk's hitting, so I'm not trying to build the Furies like you normally would in a fight with her, because she's doing plenty of damage, and at some point the regeneration reversal is actually going to help me out too. it just was awesome. It felt good. It felt cool to be able to handle a fight like this for my alliance in here. And you see he's barely even throwing specials because his power keeps going the other direction, right? And then watch what happens with his healing here. It's like everything that's supposed to make this node difficult is actually not happening, and it's actually making it easier because of She-Hulk and her abilities, and then of course the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights. I gotta say, I don't even think you have to have the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights. I think they're extremely helpful. I think they were extremely helpful, but the Petrify from She-Hulk's SP2 probably handles this on its own. Again, this was a 5-star SIG 200, which is really helpful, and we're going to see that come into play in a fight later, having that SIG 200. But she's awesome. She's amazing. I'm very excited I have the 6-star. I wish I had her awakened, but this is why I'm so pumped up on 5 stars. They're still so great. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, I'm going to link a video right up here in the corner, me talking about 5 stars and how I think they still very much fit in for almost any size account, So anyways, let's continue to move on. Again, this would have been a great fight for Doom, but I had Claire. That's who was available. Steady build-up, unblockable, crumbling armor. The big concern, of course, would be if, I can't think exactly what the debuffs are or what they're called, but if Annihilus starts putting those on me, and you can parry him, but it's very unreliable, I think, with the rod. So I'm going to be doing the step back light. You're going to see it right here. We're going to slow it down. You step back and you do light. You do have to work on the timing there. I personally don't always get it 100% of the time, but I have spent a lot of time trying to learn that. You will see me land one later in the fight. He is going to get his rod back up, even with the what is it, the buff immunity or something like that she places on her SP2. You see the great damage she's doing. This is a rank 2 clairvoyant. I think we have like a 10% champion boost on, something like that. Nothing too crazy. And I'm going to mistime. That was actually the easy part of his SP1, mistime that. But there's the step back light again. Got rid of his rod. No big deal, no problem. Buff immunity on, he's down anyway. She's a beast, she's awesome. Really probably should rank 3 here. It's just so many mystics that I love and I've taken up for a variety of reasons and for defenders. All right, so now we're gonna move on to this fight against Void. The one thing I wanna point out is this is where, again, She-Hulk's SIG is really important. Against Science Champions at SIG 200, there's a 70% chance with each hit landed to pure a fight, a debuff. And then we're going to take a look at the node here. It's Ebb and Flow Intercept, Redoubled Determination. I am going to land 1 intercept. I was content with the way his health bar and my health bar looked, that after that 1 intercept, I was fine. The fight was going to go okay. I did choose to land the special 1. It does apply a debuff, which is the exhaustion. It does say that it's supposed to reduce the power gain effect by 25%. I'm not totally positive if the power gain from the node is considered a power gain effect or not, but I wasn't that concerned with it because I can evade both of Void's specials here. You'll see a little bit of difficulty with the SP1, but we'll talk about that as we're into it. But that's also going to be triggering a passive Fury for me. And the more Furies I have, the more likely he is to throw his special. And then of course, the harder I'm hitting, helping to mitigate the damage mitigation from the protection. So anyways, there you go. You see the SP1, I did a nice job of it there. You can see a couple where I just missed the second part. I take it as a blocked hit. It was fine. This is my final fight with She-Hulk. There we go. And it did remove about 5 or 6% of the health here. So I'm like, okay, so far so good. I've gotten rid of the bleed. I think I would like to land an intercept if the opportunity arises. But for the most part, at this point, I am contented with the fight. But I do need to nail those SP1s a little bit better. We're going to get him set up. I think the intercept's going to be coming up right here after we get him to this SP2. Yeah, there we go. So we just did the backdraft and we got the protection off, and then I started just fine tuning the SP1 evade right there. And so we could obviously punish it, and I didn't block the second part. It looks like I did it again on that one. But again, at this point, I'm feeling pretty content about the fight, the way it's going to go. I'm already up to 7 Furies, throwing the SP1, and she's triggering them anyway. We're up to 8, and this fight's going to be over here. I think we ended on a special. Let's see. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, but there we go. So that's She-Hulk. She's awesome. She's amazing. Let's end this with her on her flex. I mean, look at that. Think about what she was doing with the power. Again, any champion that can manipulate power I think is a real plus. And then to have all of the utility and the damage capabilities and the slow that she has, I don't know. This champion's awesome. I think we might need to start talking about her in a slightly different way. And then to be able to shrug those debuffs like she did against Void and have the damage to just, I mean, really, we got only the protection off once in that fight. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. You know, Claire, we're aware of what she can do. I think those were nice fights, but those were just tailor-made for her. And these other two with She-Hulk, I don't know. What do you think? Is she top shelf? I'm considering that. I've been using her so much and enjoying her more and more and seeing what's in her kit that I think maybe she is. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.